How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. There are a few things I want to talk about in today's video. Some information that just came out literally a minute ago about the CPI. Some is another problem I'm seeing in the background at some exchanges. And then a lot of this is being fixed naturally. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification so you can see future videos just like this. This is an important one because it does give you some warnings that you should stay away from. So maybe send it to someone else you know that's in the crypto space. If you don't mind too, there is a link underneath the video to Patreon in case you want to know what I'm buying and selling. You can check that out there. Now, crypto has been pretty stagnant for the last couple weeks, pretty much just trending sideways, maybe moving up a little bit, then moving down a little bit, depending on the news that's coming out. But overall, it's been a pretty quiet time. This is the accumulation phase, I think, before the next bull run. And we may get another fake out before the next mega run, but there are problems like this still. Binance US was ordered by courts to provide accounting statements. They said it was too complex and asked for an extension. They failed to even provide a statement after the extension, and this is supposedly a more compliant, smaller US exchange compared to the overall Binance exchange, which is kind of all over the place and is much more difficult to understand in terms of the structure. So this is not a good sign. This is one of the first problems plaguing crypto right now, is just even the trusted third parties can't really be trusted right now because a lot of them were getting greedy. A lot of them aren't backed one-to-one with your crypto. So I just want everyone to be careful. And that's one of the problems is if you are new to crypto, you use these exchanges, then you hear, oh, well, they might go bankrupt and take all your crypto away from you. And it's a very steep learning curve to be able to use something like cold storage. So at least it feels like it at first. It feels scary, but it really isn't. There are links to Trezor underneath the video, which is my cold storage device. But this is not a good thing for crypto. Now, part of this is going to be taken care of because these companies that have gone too far, that are emperors with no clothes, as they say, they will be flushed out. A lot of them already have been. Binance US might be fine because they have such a large entity that's backing them. But this is a major problem. Another thing that will fix this is just we do have large entities coming in, and some people hate this, some people in crypto, because they know what crypto is for, and one of the main reasons for crypto is to hold your own coins. But this does help a lot of the people that wouldn't be able to buy it anyways. There are going to be people that just want the upside, that don't want the properties of crypto, like holding on to your own keys and that kind of thing. And this is another thing that will help, that will be solved by this, by BlackRock coming in. Now, another problem is there is misinformation. Yesterday, I covered how there was a rumor that was going around, and I said you had to make your own decision whether it was real or not, but I thought it looked a little bit weird saying that the SEC was not seeking to appeal Ripple Labs' crypto decision. And I said, again, that you had to make your own decision because that seemed odd to me. It didn't seem right. And hours later, we got news that the US SEC is going to seek Ripple Labs' crypto decision. So this is another problem. We just get a lot of misinformation, people making up stuff. And as time goes on, these people will become less trustworthy, and the people that bring you the real news will become more trustworthy. And hopefully you realize that I brought this to you because it was a possibility, but I told you that it probably was a rumor, or it could be a rumor and not actually true, which is the case. Now, I always want to bring you all the information and let you make your own decision. So if you like that, again, hit subscribe, turn on that bell notification. Now, this is another problem right now, is just we have unclear regulation in the US, but this is being worked out. The Ripple case was a big boost to crypto. It really showed that most tokens aren't securities after they're being sold on the market. So I think that was a big win as well. This is working itself out. And we are seeing certain people like Gary Gensler start to step back a little bit. He said that he's not the only one that makes these decisions. It's a group of 5 people. So it seems like maybe they're going to be less tough on cryptocurrency. And when you see big players like BlackRock, Fidelity, come in and you see presidential candidates talking about it, you realize, okay, they probably won't just absolutely destroy it anymore because they want these people to be happy. They want BlackRock, Fidelity to be happy. The other thing that's been a problem for crypto is inflation. And this is working itself out too. We just got the newest inflation report, 3.2%, lower than expectations of 3.3%. And what was really big about this is we actually had about 90% of the increase coming from shelter. By far the largest contributor to the monthly all items increase. Now this is so important because shelter lags. Shelter lags behind almost everything else in the index, so it does take longer after we've raised rates for this to kind of calm down. So we should see that being less and less of a factor as we move forward. At some point it won't really be that important at all. And I think that's another benefit that we have for us. The major thing pushing up inflation right now actually should kind of fade away as time goes on, as these rate increases really affect shelter. And this means that the Fed won't have to raise rates as much. We won't have 5.5%, 6% on your savings account, which means that they can eventually start to lower these rates. They can start to eventually lower these rates from where they are now, meaning that people will go more risk on. People will see the next Bitcoin happening in, 8 months right now? About 8 months. And they'll want to get into something like Bitcoin that is scarce because the Fed's going to keep on printing money, or the US is going to keep on printing money. But again, the risk-free rate will be much lower, which means you can go into higher growth names, higher speculation. And this will allow us, I think, to bring in a lot more money. A lot of people will try to vie for cryptocurrency, try to buy as much as possible, and there just won't be enough to go around. So those are some of the main problems facing crypto right now, but almost all of them are working themselves out. Just to run through them again, we have the CPI, which is coming down. Just inflation in general is coming down. We have the SEC kind of crushing crypto, or trying to crush crypto, which is already going away. We have the problem of misinformation too, which works itself out just naturally. And we have exchanges that aren't really looking out for your best interests, but we have bigger entities that are more reputable that are coming in. So you still have to be careful about them, but it'll probably be easier to get your hands on crypto, self-custody crypto, or not even self-custody, but have them custody your crypto. And overall, it'll just be a lot easier. It'll probably be easier even to buy with lower spreads as well, which will be really nice over time. If we have something like a spot ETF, a lot of people will appreciate that they don't have to pay 0.5% or 1% on Coinbase, and they can just buy with a small amount of money without having to pay those larger fees. Just remember though, if you try to buy after all these problems are gone, when there's only bullish news, that's typically a bad time to be buying, because that is when all the hurdles are passed. That's when everyone is bullish. That's when the prices are probably already skyrocketing. What you want to do is be buying when there's fear, which is why I have been dollar cost averaging or buying a small amount over time. So just keep that in mind. That is really why I'm warning you. That's more of a warning, I think. If you're at least bullish on crypto, that is what you should come away with in this video. Buy before all these things are fixed, because a lot of them are seeming to go away. Now, let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. Let me know what you think the biggest problem for crypto is right now. Overall, I'm very bullish long term, and I have been DCAing. So let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.